Hey there, incredible realtors of Northeast Florida. Erica Lindsay, Keller Williams, team leader here. And I want to share with you something that you probably already know. You are in the fourth quarter of the real estate business. And as we know, the fourth quarter represents the best opportunity to take your unfair share of territory. Mega agents agree. Now is the time to do the right activities at the right time, and you will yield the right results. So grab some paper and a pen and write down these 10 ideas to take your unfair share of the territory in 2019. All right, now this first one might seem a little bit obvious, and yet you need to set a big goal. Setting your goals is the very first step to achieving your best fourth quarter yet. You've got to visualize that process, and then you've got to break it down into small, manageable pieces in order to know exactly what you need to do when. So for example, let's say your fourth quarter goal is to take 10 listings. What's the one thing that I need to do in that doing such will make getting 10 listings possible? Maybe it's, well, I have a 50% conversion rate, so I need to go on 20 appointments. All right, now 20 appointments. What's the one thing I need to do so that achieving those 20 appointments is possible? Well, maybe it's I need to make 60 contacts. All right, so what's the one thing I need to do to make making those 60 contacts during lead generation possible? Well, I need to time block to make those phone calls. And there you go. You find your lead domino. The one surprisingly simple thing that helps you to realize that big goal that you set for the fourth quarter. All right, so now you've set your goal. The second activity to take territory in the fourth quarter is now to monitor your progress. You've set this big goal for yourself for how to take territory. You've broken it down into the simplest of pieces. And now, number two, you need to monitor your progress. You don't need to monitor it weekly or monthly, but yet daily. You need to monitor it. Mission drift is a real thing in the real estate business. Sometimes we start off with the greatest intentions and the biggest of goals, and yet if we don't check in on them, we can often get off course very quickly. So make sure that you are checking in daily with your goals, and that way, if you find that you're drifting off or you're falling behind, you can quickly make the change to stay on course. You've set your goals, you're monitoring them daily, and now the third activity that's going to get you to success in the fourth quarter is focusing on seller leads. Listings are where it's at. It not only provides the most exposure for you and your brand, it also attracts buyers and it attracts other seller listings. Seller listings also give you back your time, which during the fourth quarter and all the holidays is certainly important to you, I'm sure. So again, the third activity, you've got to focus on those seller listings. This fourth tip has to do with mindset. This is the time of year when, if you're like most top agents, you've had an amazing summer, and that tendency to just let off the gas a little bit starts to creep in. It's the happiest time of the year, the weather gets cooler, and yet we know that complacency is just disastrous for your business, especially those who want to take territory in the fourth quarter. Lead generation is the fuel for your business, and so now is the time to do the activities to get the listings to hit your big goals in the fourth quarter. We're about halfway through the list, and this fifth activity is going to require you to be defensive against distractions. It's so easy for life to pop up and say, take care of me first, and you can take care of the business later. And yet, when everyone else is doing that, you have to be the defender of your time. You have to defend your time that you're dedicating to lead generation. That's the only way to take territory and hit your goals. Your success in the real estate industry is 90% of your mindset and only 10% of your skill set. So it makes sense that several of these 10 activities have to do with the way that you think. Number 6 does just that. You need to challenge your perceived limitations. Just because you've never taken a listing before in the fourth quarter or had a closing before in the fourth quarter, why not now? Why not this year? So make sure that you monitor the way that you think and the things that you tell yourself. The 7th tip to taking territory in 2019, many people don't like this one. Find an accountability partner. Find someone who's not going to negotiate your goals or listen to your excuses. We need accountability and coaching because we judge ourselves on our intentions while we judge others on their actions. Did you hear that? Listen to it again. We need accountability because we judge ourselves on our intentions and others on their actions. You can't have that if you want to hit your big goals. It's all about your database. And while growing your database is super important, if you can't maintain it, you're losing tons of opportunity. So create a system, find a system that works for you, and make sure you streamline that database for the most effective results. Statistics show that for every 36 touches over a 2-year period, you should be yielding a 10-to-1 ratio from your database. If you aren't, reach out and I'll help you. The fourth quarter is a great time to polish your brand. Today's consumers have a sea of options when it comes to real estate agents, so it's time to be true to yourself, build your brand, and stay top of mind with your consumers. You've stuck it out with me, and now we're to the final activity that'll help you take territory this fourth quarter, and it's learn from others. Isaac Newton once said, "If I've seen further than others, it's because I've been standing on the shoulders of giants." What does that mean? It means no one succeeds alone. So partner up with some incredible talent in this market. Find yourself some top-notch agents and learn from them. Learn from their mistakes and learn from what's working for them. And as always, I'm here as a resource should you need me. Have a great weekend and take care.